The ultimate fishing experience is brought to you by Lund Boats. This week on The Ultimate Fishing Experience, we join James Lindner and his son Nick on a small river cat quest. Loads of small rivers crisscross this country, many of which hold untapped channel cats catching opportunities.
Yep, got him. Yep.
Big rivers may get all the press for being home to the big cats, but small rivers are often no lightweights themselves. And because they're not often in the headlines, you got them all to yourself. So break out those river sinkers, fling out that cut bait, and go with the flow. Big cats are waiting, and we know just where to find them.
And I may even let Nick catch one. Look at that guy there. What a beautiful fish. Look at that thing. Gorgeous. We'll get her back in the water. You know, over the course of a year, I do a lot of seminars, and I always have people ask me, what do you do on your days off? You know, since you make your living fishing, all you do is fish, so on your days off, you do something else. Well, this is our day off, and we're going fishing, and I'm fishing with my son, Nicholas, and we're gonna go do what we really like to do, explore small rivers. All across North America, some phenomenal fishing opportunities exist for walleyes, smallmouth bass, muskies, and one of our favorite species, Nick?
Cats. And I mean big cats.
You know, and one thing that you need for small river fishing is the right boat. And we're gonna look at some different strategies and how to navigate these rivers, tackling up, a little bit about locational strategies for catching really big catfish. Now we're just getting into some really super skinny water. One thing that's really critical about small river fishing is having the right boat. This is the smallest boat we have in the Angling Edge fleet, and this is a 1650 Rebel XL. The nice thing about this boat, it is like a small boat with all the big boat features. What I'm talking about, it's got a nice rod locker, great big live well, sports track that it's adjustable for my depth finder as well as rod holders. And the other thing, it doesn't list. It's got a hull design in a reverse chine. And what that does is enables you to give us a lot more stability on a small boat like this. Even with 2 or 3 people standing on the side of the boat, this boat does not rock back and forth, which is really nice. And as you can see, we're getting into some pretty skinny water. And that's the other thing, it doesn't draft very much water. It's like right below us here, what depth are we in here, Nick? About
real shallow.
1.5 feet. With the power trim, you can actually cruise some pretty shallow water. Now we're back into deeper water. We're right in the main river channel here. Now we can start to move out. You know, when you're river catfishing like this, we're really looking for 3 specific things. Number 1 is depth, number 2 is cover, and number 3 is current. And I got a Humminbird depth finder on here with side imagery, and this side imagery is really a cool tool in the fact that I can see a lot of submerged wood and rocks. And in a river situation like this, catfish like rocks and wood, and particularly if you have deep water and current running through it. Look at all the big boulders right in here, as well as right next to a log jam. This is a really good spot right here. Look at all the wood in here, and you can see right in that log jam we just passed, there's a lot of good cover right in there. That's a critical spot. We'll probably set up on that when we come back. Right now we're going upriver for about 5 or 6 miles. We're gonna identify the best spots and then fish our way back down. Okay, drop it.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine, 75 years of marine excellence.
You can see what's down below here. This is a classic catfishing situation and how we catch them. And we're just simply anchored up. And this is what's so relaxing about catfishing. You set up on a spot, you flip baits out, and more or less wait for the fish to come to you. But the thing is, the key is setting up on a right spot. We're on an outside corner bend. I'm gonna cast this cut bait right out in front in the log jam. Let it sink down to the bottom. Pop her in the rod holder and wait for a bite.
It might seem sort of weird that we're using this really brightly colored orange line, but it's actually super, super nice for identifying strikes. Today we're using the Suffolk Siege 25-pound test, once again in this bright orange line. And that has to be one of my favorite lines for catching these big cats.
Whoop, there's one.
Size?
They're all big. Look at that guy, look at that whippersnapper. Do you know what I did?
No.
I went to a smaller piece of cut bait. Sometimes they like that. Look how fast that guy is. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Boy, those guys are tough, aren't they? Boy, they're really built for living in rivers. And they're a tough customer. They really are. Come here, buddy. Look at that guy. Whoa. Come here, buddy. Ooh. Not a giant, but it's a nice one.
Still fight good. They're tough.
I know. Oh, come here. I'm gonna have to back up here. Come here. Come here. I gotta back up here. There you go. Come here. These guys are tough. Come here. Oh. Oh, this guy here in the current. We're really ripping in here. Get him. Get him, Bubba.
A little closer.
Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Good one. Oh, there you go. There you go. Ooh. Ah, that was sort of interesting. It took a little while to get that one out of that hole. Usually they hit so quick. Nick, can you grab the pliers for me, please?
Yeah, I got him right here.
Okay, see if we can get this little rascal out of here. Ooh, he's a tubby little guy. Hang on, let me. You got that? Can you get him?
Yeah.
There you go. Whoop, there you go.
Right there.
That's a pretty sporty guy. That's what we're talking. You know, one thing, you know, we do so much fishing, and it's really relaxing catfishing. As we were sitting, Nick and I, we could sit and talk and relax. You put the baits out and sort of wait for strikes. And these guys, once in a while, these guys sort of surprise you, and they can really pull. They really are. Boy, they're a beautiful fish, aren't they?
Look at the belly on that thing.
Yeah, she's a real chunk. Okay. One thing you get in a small river environment like this, it's sort of relative because the majority of this river is probably about 1.5 to 3 foot deep. And so the holes in here are anywhere between 6 and 8 foot deep. And the interesting thing is they're actually a lot of times very, very small. And that's where those fish are really positioned at. And so you got to make sort of accurate anchoring so you can position your baits right. If you look in back of us here, we're in a really critical spot here. Get him. There's one. Get him.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Beat on him. Ooh. It took a while. It's interesting. You know, we're sitting in these log jams and you pitch it out in front of the log jam and it's taken a while to bait those fish out of there. Sometimes when these fish are really hot, it's amazing on how fast you drop the bait and they're active. They swim up and grab the bait that quick. You're gonna have to move forward, Nick. Oh, ooh. There you go. There you go. There you go. Look at that size of that one. That's a mule. Holy mackerel. Look at the size of that one there. Look at that. Okay, go up farther. There you go. There you go. Oh, now you're talking. Oh, now you're, okay, come here, buddy. Oh, there you go. Look at
nice.
What? Now that's a big one. Holy mackerel. Look at that guy. He's filling up the net really good. Look at that. What a beautiful fish. Look at that darn thing. Big head. Big head. But look at those barbels. You can see how these guys are really designed for this environment, and they have taste buds all throughout the length of their entire body, so they're a great big taste bud. I mean, look at the size of that fish. It's gorgeous. Small river. Nick, cut out some fresh bait.
Okay. You want me to do 2?
What?
You want me to do 2 of them?
No, just in this heat, I'd only do 1.
Okay. So what we're using today is just sort of the classic catfishing rig, a sort of a slip sinker rig. What we got here is a big 2-ounce sinker, a bead to protect the knot, a swivel which holds on the leader. Leader length can vary a little bit based on how much cover you're fishing around. If there's a lot of cover, you want a shorter leader so you're not getting caught up as much. What we've been throwing today is big chunks of sucker of varying size. Just like fishing for any species, changing size can make a huge, huge difference on the amount of bites you're gonna get.
You know, right now we have pretty high light conditions, and what happens is a lot of times these catfish actually bury in these log jams. This has a lot of current in there, there's a lot of cover, and what we're doing is taking cut bait and throwing it out in front of the log jam, and it's sitting on the bottom, and that scent is being dispersed back into the log jam, and hopefully we can bait them out. The interesting thing is when the fish are really active, you'll put that bait out in front of that log jam, in a matter of a minute or 2, that fish finds the bait. There's one. There we go. Come here, buddy. Oh, there you go. There we go. These boys are tough. Look at that guy there. You're gonna have to get the net,
Nice.
Nick.
Yeah.
Come here, buddy. This guy here, he's connected like Mr. Bullhead here. Whoa.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Here, let me see if I can get this guy. Okay, Nick, I'm gonna take him on the right-hand side here. These guys here, you get them in this current, is really something. Come here. Good, there you go. Come here. Oh. There you go. Get him?
There we go, yep.
Ooh, that's a big boy. Look at that.
It's a real
there we
net
go.
bender.
Coming up next, we're gonna look at some really key accessories to catch more channel catfish, and I may even let Nick catch one. Look at that guy there, what a beautiful fish. Look at that thing, gorgeous. We'll get her back in the water. That's a big-headed one. Look at that guy. Come here, buddy. What a beautiful fish. These guys just got done spawning probably about a month and a half ago, and you can see that this guy's been feeding pretty good. We'll let her go. These days, the cost of fuel to fire up the outboard is increasingly putting a dent in one's wallet. But there is a few things you can do to put more bucks toward lures that go in your tackle box and less for gas in the tank. Two of the easiest fuel savers are properly trimming your motor and what RPMs you run your boat at. By trimming the boat to optimum bow attitude, you lift more of the hull out of the water, which will allow it to travel faster with less resistance. And by running it at optimum RPMs, you'll get the best MPGs. Look at this performance summary from Mercury Marine's Boathouse Bulletin webpage. They've tested hundreds of different boat models and sizes with different Mercury engines and propellers for peak performance. Here's the exact boat and motor I'm running today. Lund 1650 Rebel XL with Mercury 60 EFI 4-stroke and a Spitfire prop. As you can see from the chart, at 1,000 RPMs, you'll be going only 3 miles an hour with an MPG of 10. At 3,500 RPMs, you're down to 5.4 MPGs. But at 4,500 RPMs, your boat will be on plane.
and being properly trimmed up, you're back up to 8.2 mpgs. Any speed faster than that and you will slowly lose mileage. Proper maintenance and fuel additives will also keep your motor running at peak performance, which will save you money in the long run.
Yeah. Whoop. Got him.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, wow.
A leaper.
Wow. Wow. I don't know what the heck this may be. You know what? This may be. Wow.
What do you got?
Dogfish.
What? Really?
What the heck? I was gonna say he was just flying. Come here, buddy.
Oh, that's really an ugly guy, isn't it?
Look at that guy. Boy, he was really a weird strike. Look at that. Yeah, cats and dogs. Look at that guy. We're gonna get this guy back in the sea before he dies. It's not that uncommon to catch, 3 to 4 or 5 fish out of one log jam. It's just the size of these fish. These are pretty good sized fish. When you move throughout the river, there's really key areas. And the interesting thing is the way the rivers change after year. Every time you come, that some new log jams fall, and then some of them, deteriorate and disappear. So every year, the rivers, they have like a changing complexion. Sandbars move around. It's sort of exciting though with the size of these guys. That's the biggest thing. These last couple of them we got were good ones.
Yep.
Got them?
Yep.
There you go. Now, yeah, lean on them.
Get him out of that wood.
Come on, big boy. I'm leaving my
He took it.
What?
He absolutely took it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be a tough battle here.
Going upstream.
Wow. You got a real horse on here, Dad.
What?
Got a real horse on
Last
here.
couple of them, there's some big, real sporty ones in here. Watch it. These guys are really fast. I know, they really fly. A lot of people, so many people think that catfish are like sleepers, but catfish are really major carnivores. Late spring, early summer, these fish come in and they spawn in the cut banks, and then they come back and they redistribute down the river, and they're set up on all these like key feeding spots. In this particular river, it's log jams. Whoa.
Wow.
What?
I need a net boy here.
I'm ready. I'm ready for the net. Hey, Mr. Extendo.
Wow. Wow.
I'll have to go down river here. Why don't you go up river here?
Okay. That's probably the right strategy. Dad.
Yeah, what? I got him. Don't worry, I got him on the first shot, too. See, that's the big
You're
deal.
so impressive.
What?
I gave you such a long shot.
Let's get her back.
All right, let's get this big girl back.
We just went through a little volley of fish, and it's really sort of interesting. For a good portion of the day, we were holding the rod in our hands and waiting for the strike, and we were actually missing some. And what we did is actually just took the rods and put them in the rod holders, and we've actually been catching more fish that way. And what you do is just sit there and wait for the rod, all of a sudden just start bouncing, and it seems like what we were doing is simply just setting the hook too fast. Oh, there you are. Yeah.
How is he?
Oh, big one. Oh man, look at them dogs. Oh. Wow. Come here, buddy. Boy, you set the hook on him, you gotta get on him really quickly, otherwise it run around. We got a lot of cover. This is actually sort of like 4-foot weed beds around here. Come here, buddy. Come here, look at that.
Wow.
Starting to get going, Nick. I'm gonna need you with the net here, Bubba.
Absolutely.
Whoa, yeah.
Holy cow, he's a big one.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Oh. He's pulling me out of the boat. Wait, let me see. Go around on this side. Oh, Okay. Oh, to the end of the net. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that.
He's just sitting there.
These guys are
just
what?
out of reach.
I know. I'm trying to get it close to him. He's
Oh, stupid.
Man,
That was a bad one.
We're going to have to send him back to net school. What? There we go. Ooh, now you're talking. Look at that. Boy, yeah, you're right about that. He is a real net bender there. That boy's a real animal. Boy, they really pull hard. Boy, are they fun to catch. I'm not kidding you. Serious. These are really serious fish. Look at that guy. Look at that beautiful fish. The interesting thing is there's rivers with phenomenal catfishing all over North America. If they're close to you, I definitely would take advantage of it if you like fishing, because these guys are fun. I can guarantee you that. We better get her back in the water. She's a big fatty.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.